Yeah. Oh, snap. What's going on out there, YouTube? This is JVS. We're back. Joe's sleeping. It's 12:44 at nighttime. But you know what? It's all good. I took some vitamins. I'm up. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm tired, real talk. But I just saw an amazing movie. Well, I actually saw it like 4 hours ago. But it was an amazing movie. And the name of the movie is The Gift. This is a full spoiler-filled review on The Gift. If you've not seen this movie, do not watch any of what I'm going to say. And I will let y'all know that I'm not going to be making any edits because my computer is messed up. That's a small disclaimer. I'm sorry. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get a computer back up. But there is no edits. There's no transitions or anything. That's the reason why. Anyway, going to this movie. The movie The Gift, like this character that Joel Edgerton has created. And by the way, I mean, he did an amazing job directing this, writing this, and starring in it. And I mean, Ben Affleck did a good job with that with The Town, and even with Argo, but like this is so creepy overall, dude. Like the character Gordo, how he comes off in the beginning, even with the family and like meeting up with Jason Bateman's character and meeting up with the wife and talking to them and wanting to catch up. I was like, you know something's off. You know it. Like he just, like everything he does, like when he asks questions of where you're at and what's going on with this, I was like, there is an end game with everything that he's doing. Like there was a point he was talking with the wife and then house with the wife. She invites me. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Why are you doing this? You know, like I was thinking to myself, I was like, just maybe he's wanting to kill his wife or get this wife like pregnant by this man because like he was basically priming this dude to like not necessarily come over in the beginning, but I was like, man, like by you taking your wife, which Rebecca Hall does a great job acting in this one, by you taking her and keeping her consolidated and not allowing her to do her work, like you're leaving something open to happen between these two, or if not, something happened to her. And I could tell off the gate that Jason Bateman's character, like he did a great job. He did an amazing job of creating the perfect a-hole, the perfect person that like you know has a past of anger, because you could tell that in the expression in his face. You could tell like he's got some weight, he's got some secrets that he's not telling anybody, especially his wife. And they all pan out. Like you find out like what happens to Gordo. And like I said with Gordo, starts going by the house, leaving off gifts, leaves some fish, leaves off like different things for the wife and coming over. I was like, there's the end game with this. But then I did not see that end game coming initially. But towards the middle, I was like, when basically she had gotten so afraid because basically her husband had basically kind of called Gordo a weirdo, and he was Gordo's bully. And not only that, he basically witnessed or allowed or said that he saw Gordo getting sexually abused by a man. And from that, like it caused all these different problems. Like his dad tried to like kill Gordo, like he basically got picked on for being gay, and it was all a lie. It was all out of being a bully, and that literally ruined his life from that point. He started getting into burglary and all this kind of crap, and you find out that end game, and you're like, dang. And the wife was the one that actually found out. Like she was so paranoid because then after before that even happened, he basically kind of told him, he was like, man, forget you, like I'm done with this relationship, this friendship, because he was being really weird. He really was. Coming by the house, like, I mean, what you would do in that situation, I have no idea. Like, I don't know if I would allow a man to just keep coming to my house and not knowing what's going on. But what he should have done is just went open, told the truth, got a restraining order, told him, like, look, I am sorry for what I did, but I don't know what you would do to my wife. We're trying to get pregnant, XYZ. He keeps everything a secret and leaves his wife alone, and then something happens. Well, she got, like scared and something was kind of coming through the door. I was like, flip. And then she passed out. I was like, something is wrong. But the imagery though, like she was cutting up some apples, and then she drank the Gatorade, and then she kind of went back and fell off. When the Gatorade was dripping down, I was like, I didn't catch it before, but then I was like, wow. He set her up. He even knew that she needed Gatorade. There was one point where he was like, do you need water? You need any Gatorade? Like, I was like, this ninja. And then sure enough, the ending though, when he goes and like basically at this point, the main character, Jason Bateman's character, he ruins his own life because to try to get ahead in this position, he messes up. And when that joint goes down, like the guy that he messed over basically tries to kill him in his own home. When I was like, wait, where's Gardo? Like, who is this douche? You know? And you find out, like, man, he's still bullying people. He's still trying to get over, and that messes his life up essentially. But what was even worse is that his wife got pregnant when that happened. And I mean, not pregnant, but she was basically her water had broke. Like, she was about to conceive. And they got to the hospital and stuff like that, had the baby, and I was like, man, something's off with this baby. I was like, Lord, I pray this man did not rape this woman and do this to her. And I'm sitting there watching him, like, cause she basically told me she wanted a divorce after she had the baby. And he went back home, and he got back to the house, and he saw those tapes, and it was like recordings of basically him still ridiculing this guy in his own home. Like, the guy had invited him over to his home, and I was like, man, why are y'all doing this? Like, you need to shut up in this man's house, you know what I'm saying? And he recorded the whole entire thing. It was all intentional. It was fuel for him to go and get vengeance upon the person that ruined his life. And for the ultimate revenge, he basically was like, I got a gift for you. Like, he showed a picture, and one of the things that, like, he had this phobia of was chimpanzees or monkeys. And he had monkeys all in the house. He had monkeys, like, all over the place when, like, different progressions throughout the movie. But then he had a mask on while his wife was on the floor, and you realize that he was the one that did it. But then he cuts it short before he actually does anything to her and says to him, this is up for your determination if I did anything or not. Maybe I didn't do anything. Maybe I did. That's up for your determination, though. But when you look into that kid's eyes, you tell me, whose is it? And I was like, dog, that's my gift to you? Really? I was like, oh my gosh, this is so jacked up. But it's like, I mean, for him to have almost gotten killed by his dad, ridiculed for most of his life, I mean, he really could have just raped her, killed her, and did whatever. Like, he's just on the methodical with what he did. It wasn't enough just to kill him, like both of them, because he could have. You know, he was non-violent the whole entire movie. There was not a point in this movie that he was violent. It was just, he was sneaky about everything he did, and I was like, it was nuts, y'all. It really was. Like, I don't want to spoil too much more, just because some of y'all might want to go see this again, because there are points in this movie I'm like, I really want to go see it again, because I want to see those subtle clues. But I could tell most of all of them, because there was, every time he was asking them questions and dialogues, I was like, y'all do not need to trust this man. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but it does not look copacetic. Like, it looks like he's gonna do something against y'all, and y'all don't know who this is. Like, he seems to know you, but you don't remember him. You're keeping lies from your wife, and like, it's all going down, you know. And I just really liked the movie. I really appreciated the imagery behind it, the way that it was shot. Like, there were so many suspenseful scenes. Like the scene where the fish were dead, and then like they didn't know where the dog was. I was like, yo, anything's about to go down. But it was like when the guy, the disgruntled employee that like the main character screwed over, he like broke that glass. I was like, man, everybody was freaking out. But then even when like the dog randomly shows up, I was like thinking in my head was sitting there turning. I was like, did he put a bomb in the dog? Like, why would he let the dog back? Like, she was even asking, she was like, where have you been? You know, I mean, dog can't talk. Dog probably traumatized. Like, y'all in for it. I want to warn y'all ninjas, but y'all about to be in for it. And it's just so crazy how he literally weaves into their lives, gets his revenge, and gets out. And I mean, even at the end, like, he just leaves Jason Bateman there sitting there weeping, because now he's lost his wife, lost his job, his great position that he's been working all this time for. And like, Jason Bateman had went and said that he was going to go and try to, you know, say his piece or whatever, because his wife at the time, she was so stressed. That's why she lost the baby the first time. And like this time, like she was trying to get pregnant and stuff like that, and she's really stressed. And now that I think about it, she could not get him off her mind, okay? She couldn't get him off her mind. Now, part of that was because, yeah, he was the only friend that she kind of had in that time. You know, she hadn't gotten used to being with the neighbors and talking with them and connecting with them. She was really just connecting with this guy. But now that I'm thinking about it, if he really did like consummate with her, like not in a soul tie, but when people have reciprocated sex or sexual things that happen between them, there's something that happens chemically in the brain that makes this person think about the other person or whoever that was. If they can find an association with it, it might be happening. And with her, she could not stop thinking about it, you know. And I was like, this is born on the fixation of fear and needing him. Like, she had a need to make peace with him because she was afraid what he might do, but at the same time, she kind of missed him. And I was like, if that's the case, like, it might be his child. But either way, this was a good movie. It was a dark movie. I wouldn't recommend this for everybody. Any of y'all that's like loving the suspense. It's not a lot of nudity or a lot of sex or anything like that. It's implied, but it is a messed up premise what happens. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this spoiler-filled review. I'm about to be out and get some sleep. This is JVS reviewing the movie The Gift. Please leave a like below if you actually like this movie. Definitely let me know what your comments were, what y'all thought about the surprise ending or anything that happened. This whole process was nuts. I'm about to have a good night. Y'all have a great evening, great night, great day. Stay blessed, y'all. Later, everybody. Oh, I gave it a 9.0. Just FYI.